Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40k universe. I am your host Gershwan, and today we're going to be talking about the Ork clans. We continue on our quest to learn more about these green skin tribes. Now in the previous episode I asked you guys to comment down below and tell me which clan you guys would like to hear about next, and I got a lot of responses, and the number one clan was the Evil Sons, but I hate the Evil Sons, so we're not going to do them. We're going to do the second best, or the second most requested clan, the Bad Moons. By no means was this choice based on any type of bribe that some crazy bad moon with a bunch of teeth gave to me. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in a minute. So let's get into 40 facts about the Bad Moons. The Bad Moons are a powerful and very wealthy Ork tribe or clan. They are the richest of all the Ork clans because their teeth grow faster than anyone else's, meaning that even the lowliest Bad Moon Ork has a steady supply of Ork wealth. The Orkish economy is based on teeth, which are literally Ork teeth, harvested from the living and dead orcs. And Ork teeth constantly grow, and those that are lost are quickly replaced, which means a nearly endless, if slow producing, supply of currency. The Bad Moons essentially fulfill the role of a merchant caste in what passed for the Ork society, and have a reputation of showing off. They are always continuously buying, selling, swapping, and conning to get teeth. Other orcs do not see the Bad Moon's natural gift as unfair, because any orc big and ferocious enough can simply smash the teeth out of a Bad Moon head. Many orc war bosses like to keep a mob of Bad Moons around for a steady supply of extra teeth. It is often not a terrible deal for the Bad Moons either, as any orc tough enough to beat their teeth out of them is usually one worth following into a fight. The highest ranking amongst this clan wears decorated war banners on their backs, and the richest openly flaunt their wealth by wearing necklaces of orc teeth. Instead of rushing into melee combat immediately, like many of their brethren, Bad Moons sometimes hang well back, firing their deadly snaz guns into the fray, while their mobs of Gretchen slaves wade into the enemy ranks to do the dirty work with tooth and claw. Some rent herders reckon that it might have been the Bad Moons that came up with the whole concept of orc teeth being used to buy things, when the clan figured out how quickly their teeth grow. Of course, there are other runt herders who said it is the other way around. When teeth became orc currency, the Bad Moons made their teeth grow quicker so they would have most of it. Bad Moons know the exact value of any item at a glance, and with a quick study of an individual, they can discern exactly how much that individual is willing to pay for something. Always eager to acquire new luxuries, haggling Bad Moons are a fixture in any orc gathering where goods and services are being exchanged. As gold is considered particularly worthless by most orcs, being too soft to make a good weapon out of, orcs are more than happy to trade it away to Bad Moons for the more valuable teeth, which is why many Bad Moon vehicles are decorated with gold plating. Bad Moons love gold more than any other metal, and will commonly have a couple of glittering teeth in their grin. If there is a downside to their wealth, it is the fact that while they have access to more teeth and better loot, more than the average orc, it is also incredibly easy to separate them from said wealth. Bad Moons carry a target on their back and are often smashed. Bad Moon mobs are always well equipped, at least by orc standards. Their knobs often sport flashy back banners and massive customized weapons, and are followed by an entourage of scuttering grots, servants, loaded down with ammunition and chests of teeth. The ornamentation is simply to show the orcs just what a big deal the Bad Moons are. This could include huge colorful totems above their wagons, bearing grinning orc faces, or tethering statues of Gork or Mork. The wealthiest bad moons become flash gits. Though they are not unique to this clan, many bad moons aspire to such orky indulgence, and these orcs possess more teeth than sense, and are absolutely addicted to loud, flashy, high customized weapons. Strutting around with expensive snaz guns and custom shooters, flash gits tend to have a style over substance mindset that appeals to the greedy bad moons. A mob of bad moon knobs on foot will be covered in personalized combi weapons and gold-plated death guns, sauntering into battle with firepower enough to slaughter whole platoons of enemies. These heavily armored braggers think it is a blast to wipe out an enemy unit just as a rival Ork clan is about to engage them in melee. The Bad Moons have a reputation for knowing things most orcs see no particular use for. This clan also tends to have a lot of weird boys who use their wealth to dress flamboyantly. Unfortunately for them, they often end up being dragged off to battle and used against the enemy like any other weapon. Bad Moons are more likely to engage their foes at range more than other orcs. Bad Moons will go so far to attain wealth that they will engage in highly secret deals with other alien races to gain access to technology and war gear unavailable to other orcs. They also love to spend their teeth on food, which means many Bad Moons are a bit stout around the belt. Bad Moons place a heavy emphasis on yellow, gold, and red as their clan colors, and they have more jewelry and piercings than any other orc clan. The Bad Moon clan symbol is a snarling yellow crescent moon over a black sunburst on a yellow banner. Their banners are often chased with black and white checks, embroidered with threads of gold and encrusted with glittering shiny bits. Nazdreg, a Bad Moon's warlord, noted for his wealth and flair, bullies his mechs into performing ever more progressive and bizarre experiments. Despite some nasty setbacks ranging from spontaneous combustion to sporadic gravity reversal, Nazdreg's mechs perfect their teleporter design. The warlord barters his new technology with Godschool in exchange for an alliance. Wah! Azdaka rampages through the Hellshriek system. Millions of orcs, led by the legendary Bad Moon bosses of bosses, Azdaka. Entire worlds were smashed and enslaved during Wa Azdaka. The destruction was so great that the Adeptus Terra dispatched a Vindicar assassin to take out Azdaka and his most powerful knobs. Brutally effective, the nameless assassin stalks the battlefields of Hellshriek, sniping orcs from the shadows, and taking a terrible toll on Azdaka's bosses. In a fit of rage, the war boss offers 100 teeth for the head of the unseen killer. As word spread of the bounty, even more orcs flocked to Azdaka's banner, and his Wa swelled until it was larger than ever. Unfortunately, the war boss does not live long enough to enjoy the destruction he brought upon the Hellshriek sector, as the assassin's final shot takes Azdaka's head from his shoulder. As the shot goes off, the Imperial agent is overwhelmed by a mob of Bad Moons, intent on claiming the immense prize. An infamous Big Mech of the Split-Grin Bad Moons tribe, it was Mongrok who first convinced Grok to look beyond conquering one planet and to launch his red Wa into the stars. Big Mech Mogrok was a know-it-all git through and through. He was the kind of orc who would rather build a giant war engine covered in Daka guns than run towards the enemy. Though he was often accused of not being one of the boys, Mogrok is so good at creating big impressive war machines that not even Grok himself was dumb enough to refuse him a place in the upper echelons of the tribe. Though none of the would-be orc warlords of the Wa like to admit it, Mogrok had been the power behind the throne for quite some time. Always close at hand, Mogrok made sure Grok was attacking the best worlds and keeping the tribe in line. Filled with all kinds of technological inspiration, Mogrok always seemed to have another trick in his bag. often pulling something out at the last minute to turn the tide in the favor of Grok and his boys. During the Battle of Bonewash, Grok's Skullcrackers were ambushed by rebel Grots of the Red Toe tribe. It was Mogrok's shock tractor truck that sucked up the diminutive warriors and sprayed them across the desert like green and red confetti. Nazdreg was a large and cunning orc warlord of the Bad Moons clan. His personal space hulk crash-landed on the doomed world of Medusa 5, and he and his orc Wa participated in the great battle known in Imperium records as the Fall of Medusa 5 campaign. Even though the Battle of Medusa 5 ultimately led to another defeat for the orcs, Nazdreg and many of his boys managed to get off the planet alive after learning that the Imperial forces had damaged his space hulk beyond any hope of repair. Nazdreg came up with a truly brilliant escape. Nazdreg is an exception amongst the brutish orcs and demonstrates a measure of both intelligence and patience. He speaks excellent Imperial Low Gothic and understands the carrot and stick approach of reward and punishments to boost the productivity of his hapless humans and Gretchen slaves. Let's get into some bonus facts about the Bad Moons. All Bad Moon orcs have a well-deserved reputation for being as proud of their loot as their prowess in battle, but the Split Grin tribe are among the worst of their kind and have amassed piles of teeth in recent years. For years, the Split Grin Bad Moons scrapped out an existence on Iraq, skirmishing with their rivals, the Goths of the Skullcracker tribe. Their war boss, Skagfing, was content to lead his boys in a brawl with the Goths and make some teeth in the process, trading with freebooters for shiny stuff. The Split Grin tribe might not have been huge, but they had the best loot and the biggest guns to keep the other orcs from getting their hands on it. Skagfing liked to make jokes about the poor Krog, the tyrant who couldn't afford a good shooter. This all changed when Grok met Mogrok and decided to take control of all the planet's orcs. Skagfing had only recently heard about his rival's death when Grok and his lads smashed their way into the Bad Moon camp, the Goth warlord sacrificing loads of boys as he charged in to pin Scangrif down, stand on his chest, and rip his face from his skull. The Split Grin tribe became inferior to the Skullcrackers, and Grok was given access to Sanctum Reach subsector's freebooters. This meant Grok could leave the planet, and the Bad Moons of the Split Grin tribe were promised fortune outside of the planet. More Bad Moons flocked to the new war banner, happy to be part of the Red War. And those were 45 facts about the Bad Moons. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope your painting is going well. Paint up some awesome yellow Bad Moons now that you know a little bit of their fluff. Now click on the link to go to the next tribe, or subscribe to the channel to get more Warhammer 40k fact videos. If you could please like, comment, and share this with your friends on social media so that we can get One Mind Syndicate going. The goal is to bring you guys as many lore videos as we can, one a day if possible. But thank you guys so much for listening. This was Gersh1 with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.